the first step to any sale is piquing interest, because you pique their interest and you get their curiosity. And if you can keep their curiosity, you can keep informing them until they see the logical connection to actually buy the product that you're selling. Now, it's important to recognize that with keeping someone's curiosity, what you're doing is keeping them emotionally engaged and having a reason to talk to you. Our emotions are like a guidance system which sends us all over the place. So if your emotions aren't focused on a specific moment, a specific event occurring, they'll generally pull your focus to focus on something else. And this is what might close the sale immediately, right as you try and begin to open it, especially if it's a cold call, right? They're not emotionally engaged in any way, so the emotional engagements that they already have, whether it's in their present moment because they're just getting a call, or whether it's, where they're going, what they're doing, what's already present in their mind, that will seem to take priority. But if you can create that emotional curiosity piqued through the interest, right, if you can do that, then you'll actually retain that focus, and you'll be able to show them the information. So it's important to really pique someone's curiosity, and that happens when you can boil down what it is that you're talking about into one sentence, or to one basic offer that's really exciting and useful. A good example is Copy Profit Success Global, right? Which is, test drive a boot camp for trading for just $1. Test drive for 2 weeks a boot camp for trading for just $1. And that's something to be like, okay, yeah, okay, and if they've been thinking about maybe trading, piqued interest. So, you'll tell them more. And you don't have to say anything more than that. And that's the beauty of a good salesman, is that they'll boil down a couple of, catching statements, which will allow them to kind of pursue a sale without being very forward in any way. To ask them, a simple, very, very simple qualifying question, which also captures their interest. So when they answer the question, they're like, yeah, that is something I'd be interested in, because they have wanted to create more income in their life, or they have wanted to, find a way to get out of the 9-to-5, right? So, and they'll follow you for that reason. So if you have, promised that, then you better end at the very end with that, with an option, a way to do that after you've done explaining it. So it's important to recognize that if you don't have their attention, you're never going to make the sale. You could be giving them all the right information, but if they're not really paying attention to you in the back of their head, you're not going to make that sale. So you really want to somehow obtain their full focus, and that happens through piquing their curiosity. And if you can't qualify them while piquing their curiosity, what you create is a very simple way to be able to hit up a lot of people and not waste too much time with a non-qualified person, not all the time, right? Not even waste 5 minutes, 1 minute with that person. Just waste a couple of seconds by initially asking that question, saying like, hey, I'm going through all my friends, seeing if anyone needs help with this, because this is something I just got involved with. Have you needed to make, have you ever wanted to learn to trade, right? For CPSG, for example. And doing that, right, allows them to, actually, what you want to do is allow them to just shut you down straight away. But you go through them, and if you have piqued their interest, but they're not responding to you in that way, that will come back around, right? But you gotta be honest and truthful, and that's what I'll talk about in the next video, inform. You gotta be honest and truthful about what your intention is. Because then they'll see it, they'll be able to judge it with clear eyes, right? And then you work with them, with their reaction to that. So it's important to constantly pique interest and find a system where you can wade through a lot of people and start flickering that sale to already start to wade onto your end. Because that's the ultimate, that's what I like to consider in sales. Jordan Belfort had this idea of the straight line art of persuasion. I like to think that straight line is actually on a balance, right? And at one end, once there's enough weight on the buy, right? See, this is how it works, okay? You have a ball on each end of the balance. And as you make your idea more compelling to buy, your ball grows. And as it grows, right, it makes this ball move, increases the value that you have versus him, and he'll move to come to you. But if you give him all the power, right, and you don't give a good argument, right, then his ball will grow, and it'll teeter this way, and you'll be chasing him for a sale, which never works. It can work occasionally because, you know, you chase and chase and chase them, and then that individual's like, ah, no, okay, I know, I need this, let me get it, and, you know, and they do it. But what you really want to create in terms of a simple system for yourself is one where you're making the value very obvious so that they come to you. With that being said, let's move on to the next video.